Hi everybody! Today we are going to be reviewing the anime Bleach. Your main character Ichigo has this strange ability to see ghosts. It turns out he can also see Soul Reapers or Shinigami and other strange spirits called Hollows. The anime starts out when he spots a Soul Reaper named Rukia kind of hopping around his town, and he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, what? You can see me! When a Hollow attacks his home, Ichigo helps Rukia defeat it and also saves her life. But in doing so, Rukia, transfers her powers into Ichigo, thus making him a substitute Shinigami. And as you can imagine, this kind of causes all chaos in his life, and now he has superpowers as well as the ability to see ghosts. As you've already figured out, Ichigo is the main character of this show. His name literally means one to protect. It can also mean the number 15 or the word strawberry in Japanese. So his MO is definitely to protect those he loves. And he's a little bit hot-headed, and he'll jump into situations without thinking most of the time. And so he and Rukia kind of butt heads because they're so similar. And three of Ichigo's friends from school kind of get pulled in on his adventures. Chad, or his real name is Sato, but Ichigo's just like, I'm gonna call you Chad. And he's like, but my name is Sato. He's kind of like the quiet, strong, silent type person. Orihime has a bubbly personality, but she is caring even though she's kind of an airhead. And then Ishida is the know-it-all who kind of declares Ichigo his rival just because they both have spiritual powers. The plot for Bleach is definitely one of its weak points. It's organized into very well-defined story arcs, and so the downside to this is the plot just kind of seems like it's being repeated with just different characters and a slightly different setup each time, and it's just, you don't really see anything different happen, and just, I don't know, the tension keeps building as you go from plot to plot, and there's not a whole lot of downtime, but you don't really see where is this going? I don't even know what's happening. They just they defeat one enemy and then the next day another one pops up. I thought the ending was okay. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but it's an ending. It ends, which is a good thing in this case. It was kind of frustrating because they were one arc away from completely finishing all the manga material, which that arc is kind of long, so I kind of understand why they maybe didn't, but it's just kind of you were so close. You did all this work, and then you just, I don't know. There are plenty of fights and battles in this anime, where action is always interesting to watch, but that also means that there's going to be blood and lots of dramatics, blood spurts, and also there is some fan service, just to kind of be aware. Most of this anime has a serious tone, but there are some very funny moments in it, so I'm just kind of... I can't think of anyone in particular right now, but don't worry, they're there. Definitely one of the upsides to Bleach is its soundtrack. Its soundtrack is really pretty cool. I'm pretty sure they make a new one for each arc, so you can watch it just for the music. But it has this otherworldly feel to it, which definitely works well with its supernatural elements. It has a wide variety of feelings in the different songs. It can be upbeat and catchy, or intense and suspenseful and sorrowful. The anime came out in 2004 in Japan, and so it's not up to date as much as far as style and just animation in general, but it gets the job done, and the fight sequences can still be really cool. As I mentioned before, this anime has kind of a supernatural theme to it, so that means it also has a view of the afterlife, and I thought it might be useful just to kind of explain that so you know what's going on. So when you die, sometimes your soul needs help sort of crossing over to the other side, and so that's kind of the role that Soul Reapers play, is they help the souls to pass over, as well as killing the Hollows, which are souls that weren't able to pass over and have then been corrupted and kind of gone crazy. In Soul Society, you're kind of reborn almost, and you live another life. And there's different tiers, and it's kind of segregated, so you can be born in the poor place, or one of the upper tiers. All the Soul Reapers live in the very top tier. It's you die, and then you live again, and you have the opportunity to become a Soul Reaper, but Soul Reapers and everybody else can also die, And so it's kind of like, what happens after that? I don't know. It's like the afterlife isn't really the afterlife. I mean, as a Christian, I have the hope of being in heaven when I die, and so it's like eternal life after death, and then they get like a life after death, but what happens after they die in their afterlife, I don't know. Bleach was based off a manga, and it's currently ongoing. I think it's kind of like winding up a little bit. I think this last arc is going to be the end. Also, there are several movies out, so if you finish the anime and you're like, I want to go back and get more of that goodness, then there you go. Similar to Naruto, Bleach has a lot of fillers. Actually, it has more fillers than Naruto does. About 45% of its total content are fillers. Obviously, you can get guides online that show you, these arcs are fillers, don't watch these episodes. Bleach is pretty long. It has a total of 366 episodes. And so, I mean, yeah. Personally, my favorite arc was the Soul Society arc right at the very beginning. And if you want to just watch that arc and just be like, okay, now I know what Bleach is, do that, but you can also go ahead and watch the other ones. The only problem I had with it is it just kind of seemed very repetitive. Bleach is available to watch on both Hulu and Crunchyroll, and the first 3 seasons are available on Netflix. For me, I thought Bleach was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't like that bad either, so if you like action and swords and supernatural creatures, then yeah, go for it. If you're like, meh, that's okay. Yeah. I have to admit, the music was really good, and it did have some pretty good moments, so I would encourage you just to watch like the first few episodes, just to kind of be like, okay, now I know what Bleach is, and then if you like it, go ahead and watch more. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, do whatever, comment. Also, if you wanted to see the written form of this review, feel free to click on the link below. That will take you to our blog. Yes, we have a blog. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day.